Welcome to Dialogue Across the Atlantic, Ghana and the Diaspora. In this episode, we journey to Cape Coast, where visionaries, leaders, and change makers unite at Ridge Royal Hotel for a 2-day conference. Together, they're reimagining history, building futures, and making Cape Coast great again. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Tracy. We are here at the Ridge Royal Hotel in Cape Coast for day 2 of the Inspire Cape Coast event.
Inspire Cape Coast 2025 is brought to us by the KE Impact Foundation in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority. This initiative was started by the patron, Chairman Kweku Etuafo.
We bring together people from various walks of life. We have entrepreneurs, we have regular citizens, we have people in government, we have nananom, we have social media personalities, all coming together to discuss how to move Ogua forward.
So that's why I'm here to connect with other people to help grow Cape Coast.
Awesome. So you said you've been
Yes.
All right.
Cape Coast must find itself before the people will find themselves. So basically, that's what Inspire Cape Coast is about.
Awesome. So a city that it ought to be, ought to and deserves to be. Stay tuned. Everyone, I'm Dr. Tracy. We are here at the Ridge Royal Hotel in Cape Coast for day 2 of the Inspire Cape Coast event, where we bring together people from various walks of life. We have entrepreneurs, we have regular citizens, we have people in government, we have nananom, we have social media personalities, all coming together to discuss how to move Ogua forward, to make it the cultural and economic city that it ought to be, ought to and deserves to be. Stay tuned. Good morning, everyone. I have the privilege of introducing to you Nana from TW Radio. He is this year's event host. Nana, tell us a little bit about yourself and the event.
So my name is Nana Daze. I'm the producer at TW Radio 88.9 and also the host for this year's Inspire Cape Coast 2025. And this is the maiden edition. Inspire Cape Coast 2025 is brought to us by the KE Impact Foundation in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority. This initiative was started by the patron, Chairman Kweku Etuafo. Look at history, it tells us that we are the city of first. When it comes to where civilization in Ghana started from, we had the foreigners coming in. I do not want to go into all that, but then this is where everything started from. The schools, the best schools, education, sports, what have you. We started it all from Cape Coast.
And we were the nation's first capital.
Exactly.
Many people don't know that.
So with all of these achievements, exactly, is why we need to come back to the forefront of the conversation when it comes to Ghana. And if we are able to project Cape Coast to the rest of the world, we believe that it will set an agenda for Ghana and our tourism industry, our economy at large. So that is why we have brought the creators together for Inspire Cape Coast 2025. And this is, like I said, is the maiden edition. And we are hoping to do this every single year. And as we push the agenda of Cape Coast forward.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the background and for the history. So today is day 2 of this 2-day inaugural event. I want to ask you about day number 1. What are your thoughts about day 1? And what, if anything, did you personally learn from day 1?
So day 1 was very, very impactful. It was very insightful. We had Ochame Kofi speak to us. We had the Paramount Chief himself come in to give us permission to do all the things that we are thinking or planning to do. He gave us some pointers. He told us, so long as it's about sustainability, so long as it makes a lot of sense to project Cape Coast forward in a positive way, then he gives us the permission to just do whatever we want, and we have his full support. And that, I think, was the major takeaway from yesterday's event. Because if the Paramount Chief himself we wanted to talk about the things that actionable things that we want to do coming next year. And we had a lot of conversation. We had a lot of ideas. Some wanted to tackle tourism. Some wanted to tackle sanitation. Some wanted to tackle food, how the food culture can be projected, our food and the things that we do here. So I think yesterday was impactful. And with all the things that we learned, today is going to even be better because we've had 6 ideas and today we'll do the same. So we'd have about 12 ideas that would implement come next year. And I think even for the first quarter of next year, we should see some change, some improvements when it comes to how we project Cape Coast.
Awesome. So I want to go back a little bit. You mentioned the presence of Nananum. Can you explain, so we have a diasporan audience, can you explain a little bit the system of chiefdom, Nananum? How does that work here in Ghana? Why is that so impactful and why is that so meaningful that he was here, as you said, giving his permission?
So before we had the governmental systems, the people had chiefs, paramount chiefs, sub-chiefs. So yesterday we had the paramount chief of Ogwa Traditional Council, and who also happens to be a member of the Council of States. And then we had the Yimfahene, so he's a sub-chief to the paramount chief. And their presence tells us that we need the leaders of Cape Coast in order to make anything meaningful, because they are the custodians of the land, they are the custodians of the laws that we have. Besides the governmental laws, besides the 1992 Constitution, we have custodians of the land who tell us exactly how things are supposed to be done. For example, there are fishermen and there are days in the week where fishermen don't go to fish. These things, if you default, it goes back to the chiefs, because there are certain things that the parameters that have been set aside in order to make sure we don't overdo things or we don't underdo things. So the chiefs are supposed to be the ones who govern the lifestyle, how the economy even in Cape Coast thrives, because without them, we can't do anything. They own the land, basically. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, listen, I promised, or I asked for 5 minutes of your time, and I've taken much more. So I want to say thank you so much for your work with this. Thank you for speaking with us today, and I look forward to an awesome day too.
Sure.
Hi everyone, I'm here with Abdel Fattah. He's a participant at this year's event, and he has graciously agreed to have a small conversation with us. So Abdel, welcome.
Thank you.
So I wanted to hear from you directly. What are you hoping for today is day 2 of Inspire Cape Coast. I don't know if you were here yesterday, but what are you hoping for from today?
Okay, I'm hoping to learn a lot because I've been living here in Cape Coast for the past 15 years.
Okay.
And I think I would love to see Cape Coast to be greater than what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm here to connect with other people to help grow Cape Coast.
Awesome. So you said you've been here for 15 years.
Yes.
That means that you came from somewhere else.
Yes, please.
Where did you come from?
I come from Asinfosu.
Okay, so still here in Ghana.
Yes, please.
And I think that's north of here, right?
No, here it's here in Central Region.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Abdel Fattah Yahaya, popularly known as Asintox. I'm a promoter, a blogger, and an artist manager.
Know some folks.
Okay.
Artist manager. What else do you want to tell us about your participation today? Are you speaking officially?
I'm not speaking.
Okay.
I'm only here to learn and to connect with other people who also have the mentality that I have.
Okay.
Because I'm not from Cape Coast. I wasn't born here, but I'm from Asinfosu. Cape Coast is the capital of the Central Region, so I have no other option than to support, because I see it to be like if Cape Coast grows, Asinfosu can also get the chance to grow.
Absolutely.
Because we are all in the same region.
I love that. I love the spirit of collaboration as opposed to competition, right? And I know from previous conversations that we've as a group that we've had outside of Inspire Cape Coast, that there's a sense somehow, some people feel like if Cape Coast thrives, that their cities will, I don't know, live in the shadow of Cape Coast, but I'm happy to hear you embrace that this is a collaboration.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because I've been living here for the past 15 years. So no matter what, if Cape Coast grows, I can also grow. So I have no problem supporting a positive move. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for being
Thank you
with us
very
today.
much. Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Thank you.
Good morning again. We are here. I am blessed to have none other than Mr. K. Etta, Mr. Kobina Etta. You have probably heard him on Afro Connect, which runs on Wednesdays, 88.9 FM TW Radio. Kobina,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
It is
Thank
such a
you.
pleasure to have him on this side of the camera with me. You have no idea. So tell me a little bit about Inspire Cape Coast.
Okay, so my understanding, Inspire Cape Coast, it's an idea to unearth and drive a certain energy within the youth of Cape Coast, particularly those who are within the creative environment. And so this is supposed to be that stone that scatters the water so that we can see who they are. And then the next step will be bringing them together for them to work. Main objective is to put Cape Coast, the first capital city of the then Gold Coast, back on the map as the city through which everything is connected, whether in Ghana or on the continent. This is the last place where millions of us were taken across the ocean. And so it means that Cape Coast is a significant soil for which the reconnection of us as a people must happen. And for that to happen, Cape Coast must find itself before the people will find themselves. So basically, that's what Inspire Cape Coast is about.
Awesome. So I want to ask you something. A moment ago, we had Abdel, and he has been in Cape Coast for some 15 years. And what I really loved from what he said is that he understands that if Cape Coast thrives, that the city that he came from, which is not far from here, that it too will thrive. And I think from conversations that we've had, part of the reason why Cape Coast is not as on the map as it could be is because of the centralization of power in Accra. And we've also had conversations of the implications to Accra when Ogua rises to what it can and should be. So I want you to speak a little bit to the spirit of collaboration versus competition.
First of all, even though I'm a marketing person and I've done marketing for more than 25 years, I don't believe in competition. It doesn't exist. Complementary work and collaboration is the key to turning anything around. And so what is really happening in Cape Coast is this. Cape Coast is a microscopic of what's going on the continent of Africa, where the rest of the world, their success is underpinned by the disillusion in Africa. And Cape Coast is the disillusion, is what feeds the rest of Ghana. So we need to find Cape Coast in a certain level of equilibrium. Then everything else can work. There's a quote with the Nimfahini, picks out of Kwame Nkrumah, and I have also refined it. Kwame Nkrumah said, the independence of Ghana is meaningless without the total liberation of Africa. And he picked it up and said something in the lines of the freedom of Ghana is meaningless without the freedom of Cape Coast. Now I'm saying without the industrialization of Cape Coast, the industrialization of Ghana is meaningless. Why? Because Cape Coast was and still remains the citadel of education. So 80% of the people who come to school, who get educated, who become president, the top ministers and all of that in this country come through Cape Coast. Okay, so the problem is the take out of Cape Coast and never give back. They never remember the breast that fed them. And that's Cape Coast. And that is what we now, upon realization, upon remembrance by ourselves of who we are and what Cape Coast is, we're working towards ensuring that going forward, you don't take out of Cape Coast, you begin to bring into Cape Coast. Because, and the brother whose name you mentioned, if all the other major towns and cities in Central Region understand that Cape Coast is the capital.
Yes.
If the capital works, what happens is there's an expansion of the capital, and then it begins to feed the rest of you.
Absolutely.
But if everybody else wants to be the center of attraction and lead the center of it, then you're all going to be your own silos, and it doesn't help the region as a whole. And so that is what Inspire Cape Coast 2025 is. We're putting Cape Coast on the map, not forgetting every other, but just simply we understand that when Cape Coast starts and thrives, the rest, the fire catches round it.
Nothing more to say to that. He said it all. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, guys. So we are now inside the venue at Inspire Cape Coast. I'm here with fantastic Felicia, who I just ran into her, just seeing her again it's been at least a year.
Yes,
Oh my
almost a year,
gosh.
more than a year.
So you're here at today's event.
This year.
What are you hoping for from today?
For the best, sometimes if you're going for a program and you don't have any idea, you assume when you get there they should give you the best or whatever that you need to get from the program.
Got it. So it sounds like you're here to learn.
Yes, a lot.
And
A lot.
awesome. And you were telling me off camera that some friends invited you today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So today is day 2 of the event. One thing that I'm looking forward to is hearing the female voice. Yesterday was a power packed day, but I found that it was really filled with men. So I'm so glad to see you here as a local lady, right? To add to the conversation with female perspective, because we need that. Agreed?
Of course.
All
You're
right.
always welcome.
Awesome.
Myself, I'm not even in town, so I came purposely for the program. Yes.
So
Came for the program. Yesterday, I went to work and couldn't join yesterday, so I have to go back today.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing that today is the lady speaker today.
Oh,
that
nice.
is a success, and I'm looking forward to
I
hearing.
know what you can give. I trust you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, have a nice show.
We're gonna go inside the venue, and we're gonna see who we can talk to. Follow me. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. You?
I'm well, thank you.
Yes.
So this is Solomon, who has graciously agreed to chat with us. Solomon, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm an online pop culture journalist, a digital marketer, and an entertainment creator. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm based in Omina.
Elmina.
Yes.
Okay, you were here yesterday.
Yes.
Tell me about your impressions.
It was a very good day. I'm very happy to have attended. I met a lot of people who share like-minded ideas and looking at ways of positioning Cape Coast. Yeah, so I'm very happy to be a part of it.
Wonderful. So what are you hoping for today?
Today, I'm looking forward to tapping into a lot of ideas, networking, and also find ways we can position Cape Coast, like I said earlier, and see how best we can collectively progress as a creative industry.
I want to ask you something. So you're based in Elmina,
Yeah.
which is just outside of Cape Coast.
Yes.
And I'm really happy that you're here with a smile and you're here about collaboration. Because sometimes people feel like if Cape Coast flourishes, if Cape Coast expands, then they're somehow in Cape Coast shadow.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your thoughts on that.
I think Cape Coast, no matter what we do, is unique, just like Elmina. And if there are some individuals who have taken that initiative of promoting Cape Coast, it's only fair if we all come together and push it. If Cape Coast flourishes, the other parts around it also flourishes. So it's more of collaborating instead of competing and making it look like we can do it alone. We can never do it alone. We need to come together to push one agenda. And I'm happy that KE Impact Foundation has taken the lead. I'm happy to be a part of it. And going forward, I'm willing to be part of such collaborations aimed at promoting Central Region. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to see you again today. Nice to meet you. Thank you for this interview. And I'm looking forward to a great day.
Sure, it's been a great day and nice to meet you, Tracy.
So we are here talking to Jerome, who was the facilitator of our small group session yesterday. How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell me a little bit about yesterday. What were your impressions?
Well, yesterday was a wonderful day. I met a lot of creative minds, a lot of knowledgeable people who know their stuff. And it was like a group of brilliant minds coming together to interact. And I realized that it wasn't just about talk. It wasn't just about what we want to do, but I could see the passion the passion in the people around and how they wanted to really bring these things forth and make sure they are implemented to push people out further.
So, as an entrepreneur yourself, how do you feel like this helps you to your presence here?
Okay, sure. Thank you very much. So, one thing that this program has held me is that actually made me understand the ecosystem we work in and the role of tourism and then the creative industry and pushing my services, my products better. Because if I don't understand the ecosystem I find myself in, I don't understand how it works, I don't understand the narrative. How do I sell my services and my product to the people around and the people outside Cape Coast and proving that I am made in Cape Coast and I'm proudly from Cape Coast? Yes.
Wonderful. So, unfortunately, yesterday we had to leave early. So, one thing I'd like for you to tell me about, how did the panel discussion go? I know that we had 6 ideas in total, 3 from our group and 3 from the other group. So, we had the room divided into 2. How did the panel discussion go?
Yeah, it was actually wonderful. And the panel actually discussed and then shed light on some of the things that we discussed on the infrastructure that we think we lack. And one thing that I really took home was there's nothing too small in Cape Coast. You just have to change the narrative. You just have to put the spotlight on these infrastructure we deem not capable, not attractive enough, so that we can bring people on board. Like paying attention to our castles, paying attention to the old historic figures that we think are archaic and irrelevant, putting attention on them and getting people to see them. And also, another thing we talked about was our mindset. We can't change the narrative if we, the indigenous of Cape Coast, do not change our mindset. You're always expecting people to come in and change things, but we need to up our game, pick up initiatives, get down to the grounds, and then actually change our mindset, change the things we do, so that we can drive this initiative further and uplift the name of Ugwa.
Absolutely. Well, I asked you for 2 minutes. I think my time is up. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to an amazing day. Guys, we have 2 quick minutes with one of my friends who is a proud, I'm not even sure what to call you, of Ogua. We're here with Mr. Nat Ampa.
Yeah.
Welcome. So I want to talk to you. Tell me about your impressions about the event, Inspire Cape Coast, and yesterday, day number 1.
Okay, I think my impression about the event itself. Yesterday, I think yesterday was good. I enjoyed yesterday's session. I think almost all the speakers did justice to what they were going to talk about. I think I enjoyed them. I love them, and I think it's going in the right direction. Basically, I think it's something that, I mean, it's been long coming. I mean, it's been long overdue.
Yeah.
It's been long overdue. Yeah, thumbs up to the organizers. Don't get paid.
Awesome. If I'm not mistaken, I think you might have had a hand in the design of the t-shirt. Oh, what we did?
Yes.
All right, well done. He's way too modest. So something else about Nat that you guys may or may not know is that he is the editor of Culture Now, which is all about Cape Coast, all about the Cape Coaster experience. So tell us and give us a little something.
Okay, so the Kotam it's a digital magazine posted online. It basically talks about Cape Coast and everything Cape Coast. So we focus on Cape Coast businesses, like anything about Cape Coast that we want people to know about Cape Coast. We want people to come to Cape Coast to find about Cape Coast. We put it in there and then just put it out there so that people can, based on that, travel to Cape Coast to come and see for themselves what we're talking about.
Awesome. Well, I think that's my time. So thank you. I know he doesn't like to be on camera, so we're extra happy to have you.
90% of the same people here. So if you came yesterday, didn't know what the whole thing was about, and you are here today, I'm sure your contribution will be more positive than it was yesterday.
Awesome. Thank you, Prof.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Same to you.
We're here with a dear friend of mine. I know her as Portia, but recently something very special happened for her. She has been installed and I'm going to allow her to really properly introduce herself with her new title. I know that it's very special, especially because she carries a male name. Her predecessor was male, Kwesi, and so now that's become a part of her instilled identity. So,
okay, so my name is Safiyin Kwesi Sasa III, a Safiyin of Intern Asafo number 3 company. I live in Cape Coast and I'm here with my sister. We all met at the Inspire Cape Coast, which is an event that we are connecting ideas. We are seeing to it how we are going to make Cape Coast great again. We want to get back our glory. Cape Coast being the city of first. So this is what we are doing here this morning. And today is day 2.
yes.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I've said a couple of times that yesterday there was a lot of male energy in the room, which is not bad, but is the female energy that's going to be on today's panel, right? I don't know the name of the speaker, but I'm hearing good things. And I want to talk to you a little bit about being a woman in Ghana, and especially a woman in the traditional system. What does that mean to you?
Yes, a lot happened, and then it got me this stage that I am in now. Because if I start to say what has been happening with it, I think that we have to save that for another time. But it's not easy, but it's easy for me because I kind of understand how our traditional system is. So it's kind of easy for me. Me being young, I think I am the youngest suffering amongst all. And then when we talk about Asafo is the old traditional, the traditional military group back in the days when we were fighting the oppressors and all that. So we were the people that were fighting against the invaders, those that are invaders. So now, we don't fight, even though we are fighting, it's a spiritual fight. Yeah, it's a spiritual battle, but we now have duties, new duties. We are not fighting anymore. So that some of our duties is to organize communal labor to also help preserve our culture and tradition as well. And then also we actually instill and then distill our chiefs. So those chiefs in that high hierarchy, we instill them. In some of these, the chiefs belongs to our Asafo. So we instill them, get them into that position, and then we also can bring you off that position as well.
That's good. It's good to know that there is a sense of accountability.
Right.
That you can't just come in and do whatever you feel like, that there is a body that you're answerable to. Right. We're proud of you. We wish you all the very best. Have a great day today.
Have a great day too.